You have regular contact with
China
secretary, who is your boss at ByteDance, correct?
No.
No.
Neither my boss nor do we have frequent contact.
But you have regular contact with ByteDance.
With the CEO of ByteDance.
Mr. Zhang Fuping is the editor-in-chief.
He's not the
My
CEO.
colleague representative a few minutes ago exposed that TikTok and ByteDance share legal teams. You confirmed this, correct?
Our general counsel is
Yes.
an
Yes or
American lawyer,
Yes.
veteran of Microsoft.
Also, your parent company, ByteDance, currently can access user data.
Yes.
We have to be more
Yes.
specific.
Yes.
After
You
Project
say-
Texas.
I'm not asking after Project Texas, I'm asking now.
Yes.
Do you expect this committee to believe you haven't already discussed this scenario with your team and you should have an answer to this, yes or no, I agree with
China.
or I don't agree with
China.
I guess I would say at that point you disagree with the Communist Party. Explain your discrepancy.
Congressman, for 2 years, we spent $1.5 billion US to build Project Texas. After very extensive discussions,
Project Texas is just something expanded for the future. We're talking about now. What you're doing now, what your expectations are, what your relationship is with China, which is our major concern of what the impact that will be with a country.
China.
Let me rephrase that. With a Communist Party
China.
that doesn't care about America and sees us as standing in their way for superpower.
Really, Nick?
That's our concern, and for you to have direct relationship, direct ownership with ByteDance, and to not have a characterization or an agreement or disagreement that you say explicitly with this party policy, it's hard for us to believe what you're saying.
I'm nodding like I understand, but I'm not so sure I do.
What we're concerned about, and my guess, and it would UN allow for 41 days a threat against a member of China to stand on their site for 41 days?
again, I cannot speak for Douyin, and I'm sorry, I didn't hear the second part of what you said.
Well, we had a threat against the chairman of our committee that was on your site for 41 days. My guess is that would not be allowed in China.
That content, if it's violative, I will look into the specifics. If it violates our guidelines, it will be taken down on TikTok.
But the problem is what I'm trying to get at is you seem to be able to prevent this content in China.
China.
Mr. Chu, do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Really?
Congresswoman, if you use our app and you open it, you will find our users who give all sorts of
That's not
content
my
on their stuff.
question. My question is, do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
While it's deeply concerning to hear about all accounts of human rights abuse, my role here is to
I
explain
think
what
you're
our
being
platform
pretty
does on this.
evasive. It's a pretty easy question. Do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Congresswoman, I'm here to describe TikTok and what we do as a platform. And as a
All right.
platform, we allow our users to freely express
All
their
right.
views on this issue
Earlier
and any other
today-
issue that matters to them.
Well, you didn't answer the question.
TikTok needs to be an American company with American values.
So what? Why?
And its ties to the
China.
Mr. Chu, would TikTok be prepared to divest from ByteDance and Chinese Communist Party ties if the Department of Treasury instructed you all to do so?
Congressman, I said in my opening statement, I think we need to address the problem of privacy. I agree with you. I don't think ownership is the issue here. With a lot of respect, American social companies don't have a good track record with data privacy and user security. I mean, look at Facebook and Cambridge Analytica, just one example. So it's a lot about making sure we're protecting and firewalling US user data from unwanted foreign access, giving third parties to come in to have a look at this and making sure that everybody is comfortable with it. And that's what we're doing for Project Texas.
Does the Chinese government need to approve Project Texas for you to agree to it?
We do not believe so.
How is TikTok considering the future of Project Texas in the event of a sale or other ownership changes?
I cannot speak on this hypothetical or on potential owners who I cannot represent.
I understand that under Project Texas, business data and public data will be permitted to regularly leave the United States. Is that correct?
This accepted data that you mentioned, I can get back to your team on this, is really for interoperability purposes, to make sure that the business can still operate and American users are still getting the benefit
Can you tell us
of a global
what data,
platform.
where the data goes and how it's used by the company?
It will travel outside of the United States, but I can get back to you on the specifics. It's data that cannot be used to identify users, so it really is data that ensures the interoperability of the platform. Again, TikTok is not available in mainland China.
Do you disagree with FBI director and NSA director when they said
China
could have the capability to manipulate data and send it to the United States?
Their statement says could.
So do you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree with that.
Okay, so it is possible that
China, okay?
under the auspices of ByteDance, which is your parent company, which you get paid from, has the ability to manipulate content that is being shared with 130 million Americans, yes?
Congressman, I just want to make sure I'm understanding all these questions. I don't disagree with them that there are data risks in general. That's what I meant.
You are migrating all storage of U.S. user data to the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and you think that that'll be done by the end of the year. Was that right?
Again, I can get back to you on the technical. It is stored there by default. What I said in my testimony is I'm deleting legacy data.
Who will have access to that data?
Right now, a team called TikTok US Data Security, led by American personnel, they have access to that.
Your TikTok employees that live in China must cooperate with Chinese intelligence, and if they are called upon, they're bound to secrecy. That would include you. So, Mr. Chu, if
China, big league.
tells ByteDance to turn over all data that TikTok has collected inside the U.S., even within Project Texas, do they have to do so, according to Chinese law?
First, I'm Singaporean.
But there are employees of yours and ByteDance is in China.
We understand this concern where we take that data and put it out of reach.
But they own you. ByteDance owns TikTok, and
China
owns ByteDance because the CCP
China
owns everybody. So by law, they can make them do whatever they want. So they can make you hand over that data. Is that correct?
Data is stored here in American soil by an American company overseen by American
We thought that, but leaked audio from 80 internal TikTok meetings shows that U.S. user data has been repeatedly accessed from China when you said it hasn't been.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand.
If I have TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
Oh my God, bro.
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you can answer that. Do you receive personal employment, salary, compensation, or benefits from ByteDance?
Yes, I do.
What is your salary from ByteDance?
Congressman, if you don't mind, I would prefer to keep my compensation private.
Do you personally have any company shares or stock in ByteDance or Douyin?
Congressman, if you don't mind, I would like to keep my personal assets private.
You think would be the appropriate age to have a child get on TikTok?
Let the parents have these conversations with their children to decide what's best for their family.
So you think that there is a sufficient safety mechanism for an 8-year-old?
An 8-year-old's experience on TikTok will be so highly restricted that every single piece of content he or she will see will be vetted by Common Sense, our third-party child safety expert. The 8-year-old will not be able to post and will not be able to see any personalized feed and zero advertising in that experience. So I believe, yes, it is the appropriate experience for an 8-year-old.
Well, then why don't you let your 8-year-old child on TikTok?
My kids live in Singapore. We do not have the under 13 experience. In the US, we are COPPA compliant. And as a result of that, we have to provide an experience to our under 13 users in this country.
China.